kind of know that land sinking down there would be a bad location for yet a third reactor. So, really what Dominion needs to do is maintain control of what they have. North Anna 1 was supposed to get ready to refuel, but then they had some other issue with the seal getting stuck. I mean, I read these reports every day, and every day, besides in other parts of the country, here in Virginia, there's seals that are being stuck. There's leaks and boundary leaks, broken fuel rods. I mean, it's on and on and on the list. So as an individual, yeah, I'm concerned about our own safety here. And the thing is instead of taking care of what we have to keep moving forward, let's build more, let's do more, take care of what you have first. But it doesn't make sense to go forward with more. And under this thing about this subsidizing and giving nuclear more like a cost playing field or whatever, I'm sorry, it's not economically viable. It's because it's dangerous, it's expensive, and really the true end of it all is you have to include, we're mining uranium, we're creating Superfund sites as we do that. So it's not it'll never be considered a true renewable. Cleaner than coal, but not as dangerous. Coal's not as dangerous as nuclear, and it doesn't have to be isolated for thousands of years. So the whole talk about being part of the clean energy plan, it's not viable, and really in reality, when they really look at the true picture of what it takes, and then the back end of the waste, it can't be considered clean energy. It won't be. So I think that we need to look at that and move forward. Forget about putting a third reactor at North Anna, because it's not going to be socially acceptable, and the SEC and the price and what it would cost is not going to be acceptable either. So I think that's just going to be a bad deal, and we don't need another bigger earthquake here, but from everything I'm reading, we can expect one. And just that Mr. Hoffman said about the lack of electricity that happened, we can, not just through terrorism, I mean, the NRC as well as the USGS is now really talking about the EMPs. The solar flares we're having. We could lose electricity for a lot longer than 7-day battery charge or whatever. We could lose it for a longer period of time. And Flex is great. I'm glad we've got Flex. Problem with Flex, though, is, or even the other stationary ones you're going to do that can help the other plants, is we might be able to handle 1 or 2. But what happens, look on the East Coast, we're loaded with nuclear power plants. What happens if we have multiple units go down at the same time? It'll be bad. And I noticed here too, as a consumer and as just a regular citizen, that this year in our regular media, mass media news around the country on 3/11 is, recognize the anniversary of the 4-year tsunami in Japan. The 4 years ago earthquake and tsunami. What they were very careful not to mention is it's an ongoing nuclear disaster. Over 300 tons of radioactive rubble, radioactive water is entering the ocean every day for 4 years. I mean, it's a catastrophe. So as an individual, and as a mother and as a grandmother, I don't want to see that happen here or anywhere else. TMI, Chernobyl, Fukushima, that should be our lessons. We should back off, take care of our waste. What can we do with it? But to continue to promote more nuclear, this just shouldn't be an option. And I did want to give, and if you don't mind, Randy, if you might want to make them a copy. We have officially here in Virginia started our own coalition, and it's called Not on Our Fault Line, No New Nuclear Reactor at North Anna. It's too costly, it's too risky. And we urge Dominion Virginia Power and the state of Virginia to pursue a clean energy plan which excludes the expansion of nuclear power at North Anna. The cost of the third reactor at North Anna will likely exceed $10 billion. Money that can be invested more wisely in energy efficiency and renewable energy. So there's almost 24 groups now that have joined on, and what you're gonna see is this escalation, because we're also gonna be educating the public that our dollars and our safety can be better spent on something that's a lot safer and doesn't give our 3,000 generations the responsibility of caring for a waste product. It's just not worth it. And thank you.
Yeah, I got that. Thank you.
Yes, and that, Howard.
Yes. Yeah.